Hello, this is Jay Bose, and I welcome you to Volume 7 of the video newsletter series, The Dormant, Superhuman Inside. In this volume, I'll discuss some mesmerizing mysteries of our enigmatic universe. Some resolved, some still puzzling and paradoxical. You and I are all governed by these non-negotiable laws of the universe. While you can bend laws created by humans and at times even find workarounds for them, you most definitely cannot alter the course of the laws of Mother Nature and the universe. So the only way for you to exist in this marvelous universe of ours is to understand its inner mechanics and function up close and personal. By now, hopefully, you are already convinced that I am obsessed with relating spirituality with science, because I truly feel that while spirituality can tend to make you build castles in the air, it is science that can actually make it happen, as long as that castle in the air can abide by the laws and principles of the universe. In this volume, I will take this obsession to an entirely new level into the innards of modern-day science and relate it back to the spirituality to make you understand how you can leverage the laws of the universe to attract the abundance, prosperity, and affluence that you seek in all 6 dimensions of wealth. At the risk of sounding like a broken record, this volume is going to be intense again. So please intend to attend to the following content seriously and allow what you are about to experience sink into the modern memory area of your mind. Ready? Let's go. In Volume 6, I explain the concept of the wave-particle duality of matter as the fundamental concept of quantum mechanics. As you already know from Volume 6, it is impossible to predict the position of a quantum particle at any given point in time, since it would transmute from a particle to a wave or vice versa at any given point in time. In other words, quantum particles can be in all states at once. Yet, we can observe only one state at a time. If that were true, what happens to the other state? Enter the outrageously exciting concept of parallel universes. According to this mind-boggling concept, everything exists in at least 2 different states or outcomes at the same time, hence the parallel universe in the language of science. In the world of self-development, I relate this to this physical and spiritual world as the 2 parallel universes that coexist at the same time. While the physical universe is what your 5 senses can detect and interpret, the spiritual universe is what only your 6th sense can comprehend. In the physical universe, where your 5 senses are sustaining you, if, say, for example, you are considering your financial status at the moment, and you think that you are either affluent or you are broke, remember that you are living in a relational universe. So if in your mind you are relating to being broke as an outcome of your financial status evaluation, then even if you are not broke in this one physical universe, you are actually already broke in the other spiritual universe. Make sense? Hence, by the mere thought of an outcome of being broke, you have already made yourself broke in that parallel universe. Now form an image of the broke you in that parallel universe. That you is now relating to being broke all the time, since that is all that it can relate to in that spiritual universe. The modern memory of the mind of the you in that parallel universe only knows what it is to be broke. Hence, according to the concept of parallel universes, the 2 possible outcomes are both I am broke. What that does is that the universe that you are in now also has the state of being I am broke. So if you are under financial duress at the moment, does it surprise you at all why it is that way? It is you in this physical universe making the you in the parallel spiritual universe broke. And that in turn is making you broke in this physical universe. Now listen to this carefully. What if being broke was not one of the possible outcomes? What if The two possible outcomes of your financial status were financially abundant and financially prosperous. Let me walk you through the situation. In one universe, you are financially abundant as one of the financial states, and in the other universe, you are in the other state or outcome, which is financially prosperous. So in both of these parallel universes, the modern memory of your mind is already seeded with the state of being affluent. In other words, in both universes, you are relating to affluence. The net end result is simply amazing. You are affluent in both universes. Do you get it? Now take this example and repeat the same rationale with the other 5 dimensions of wealth in your life. What you will find will simply rock your current physical universe and the one that exists in parallel in the spiritual plane. Now that we've leveraged modern day science to understand the reasoning behind your current state of affairs, what's stopping you from attracting the abundance that you're seeking in life? I'm sorry, another flaw of the traditional education system is the world of antonyms. When I ask you what is the opposite of rich, if left unguarded, you'd most definitely look at me like I live under a rock and say, poor, of course. That is where the fallacy of your traditional education system comes to grip you and keep you hostage to yourself. The rich and poor business are two opposing parallel universes that essentially neutralize each other out. What if I told you that the opposite of rich is not the traditional antonym in the dictionary, but a synonym instead? For example, abundant. What would that do to your parallel universes? The two possible outcomes in your subconscious mind are essentially the same. If they are essentially the same, explain to me how any other outcome ever can be there in any of the parallel universes. Intrigued? Very good. Now you're leveraging the attribute of intelligence and rationality of your sixth sense, the sense that distances you from the rest of the animal kingdom. Let's shift gears and get into another enigma of our amazing universe and figure out how this enigma relates to your self-development. We know today that our Milky Way is just one of the 125 billion galaxies in the universe estimated to be in existence by data captured by the Hubble Space Telescope. It is really intriguing since only a century ago we thought that our Milky Way was all there was to the universe. We also know today that instead of being stationary, the universe is actually expanding or accelerating its growth outward. Calculations made on the weight of the universe based on the strength of the gravitational pull of astronomical bodies revealed quite a puzzle to astrophysicists because it did not quite add up. This led to the formation of the idea that there must be something in the universe that exists to compensate for the difference and yet not visible to our eyes or to the instruments that our fertile imaginations have developed till date. Enter what scientists have named dark matter. Dark matter is matter that does not emit or absorb light and yet has mass that cannot be detected, at least not so far. You see, all our measuring instruments are ultimately based on what our 5 core senses can interpret, which is why even today we have not been able to visualize a way to measure, far less weigh, dark matter. However, based on mathematical calculations, scientists believe that matter that can be interpreted by our 5 senses makes up only 4% of the total matter in the universe. Unbelievable, but true, based on the most recent scientific calculations by astronomers and astrophysicists. Out of the remaining 96%, as much as 22% is dark matter. And get this, the remaining 74% is dark energy. Isn't that simply mind-boggling? Suddenly the world that you are cognizant about shrinks to a mere 4% of all that there is.